Hey everybody, welcome to day number 12, and today we're going to be starting to transition more into, out of the tactical and into the strategy behind, this whole business, okay? Up to now has been a lot of tactics, like you do this, and then do this, and do this, and like I said, now we're going to be focusing more on strategic, stuff, like, what are you going to be sending to your customers? You know, what are different ways to sell them better and things like that. So that's what we're going to be focusing on for the next couple of days. So today we're going to talk about what do you send to your new email list. Okay, at this point you should be starting to grow a list. You should have at least a few subscribers. And some of you guys probably have, a couple thousand at this point, depending on how aggressive you've been with your traffic generation. So the big question now is what do you send to your new email list? So that's what we're going to be covering today during today's training. But as always, I want to start off with a recap from yesterday. Yesterday we talked obviously a lot about just the 6 different ways that we taught you so far on how to send emails and the resources and things like that. And so again, the biggest thing was figuring out where you are in your timeline and where you want to be focusing at, and then going out there and having some fun with this. So hopefully you've been doing that, and just keep staying focused with the stuff you're doing, with the different traffic generation methods and techniques you've been doing. Keep sticking with those, and you're going to see a lot of success as long as you're consistent. Okay, this game is won by those of us who are consistent. The reason why I'm making money today is because I've been consistent. Consistency is how you win this game. Okay, so before we get into what to send, I want to talk about what not to send to people, okay? Now, obviously, I want you guys, it amazes me still that we get so many questions, people asking, what should I be sending to my list? What should I be sending to my list? Okay, obviously you guys are on a lot of people's email lists, okay? You're at least on mine, you're on other people's as well. And the biggest thing is there's no really right or wrong way to do this. You just gotta figure out what's the way that you want to do it, okay? And this is where it's out of the tactic, it's into the strategy. What's the strategy you want to try to do in this, okay? A couple things I want to kind of mention as big do nots is, first off, don't send ads out every single day. Okay, and I've done this in the past before because at first we started making a lot of money doing that, and then after a while our list became stale because all we were doing was promoting things to them. Okay, if you promote every single day, eventually people are going to get tired of hearing from you and they're going to unsubscribe. Okay, people are on your list because they want some type of value, some type of something from you, so make sure you're providing value. Okay, what do you have you can offer people? And again, you may say, well, I have nothing to offer people. Well, maybe it's a product review. Maybe it's, telling your experience with .com Secrets X. Maybe it's whatever your experience is, but all of us have different experiences. So don't be afraid to share what your experience is. The next thing is don't send content every day. And this is a big misconception. I hear people all the time that I've got my list and every single day I send them good advice and articles and tips and stuff, and, eventually I'm going to sell to them. And then a month or 2 or 3 months later they decide to sell something to those people, and what happens? Nothing happens. Those people are so used to getting content from you that they don't understand the relationship between you and them. Okay, it's important to identify up front that this is the relationship. You're on my list. I'm going to be educating you, providing value, and also selling you products and services that I recommend. Okay, that's kind of that's the relationship I have. So if you just give pure content every day, eventually they think you're a newspaper, and that's what you do, and they're not going to respond to ads you have. But if you come in and you sending out emails about, hey, I'm a member of .com Secrets X, and I've been doing this and there, and right now I'm on day number 13, and man, I just learned this really cool thing about whatever. If you're not part of .com Secrets X yet, go check it out here. Okay, what did I just do? I provided a little bit of value, I gave them some content, but then I gave them a call to action. I told them to do something with that. Okay, you're always kind of training your buyers, and it's very important to understand. So again, you're not sending content every day unless that content, it's basically what we'd like to call it, we call it a pitch wrapped in content, okay? So there's a pitch in there, but you're wrapping it in content. You're providing value for them, getting them excited, things like that, and then sending out things like that, okay? And the next thing is don't send out boring stuff. It's just like a TV show if you think about it. People tune into Oprah because they want to hear what she's got to say. They tune into, whatever your favorite show is because they're interested in the content. If you're boring, they're going to quit listening to you. They're going to quit opening your emails. And if you want people to pay attention to you, make sure you're doing this correctly. Sound good? Okay, so the next question is, what do you send? The biggest thing, if you remember back, I think it was day number 7, we talked about the attractive character. And you guys started going through kind of what is your backstory, what are your opinions on things, what are the different parables or stories that have happened to you that could weave a lesson into what it is you're selling. Okay, this is the kind of stuff you're sending out to your audience. Sharing your backstory, saying, I'm not sure who you are, you're on my list for the last little while. In the last, what day are we on today? We're on day 12. In the last 12 days, 12 days ago I was skeptical about internet marketing. I've tried a lot of different things, but I signed up for .com Secrets X, and look at the results I've had so far. I haven't made any money yet, but I've gotten, 600 clicks. I've had 13 opt-ins, and maybe I made 1 sale, and that may not seem like a lot to you, but for me it's huge because this is the very beginning of my new journey, and I'm so excited to be here and blah, 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 blah. Does that make sense? So you're sharing your backstory, you're sharing your excitement, you're sharing your successes, you're sharing your failures with people. You want to just be personal, okay? Just like you talk to a friend, but you're talking to a group of friends. Okay, a group of friends who looks at you, who looks up to you as a teacher, as a person. Okay, and that's really the relationship with the list. It's people subscribing to you because they want to hear your message. Okay, and that's very important. Next thing is that you're communicating with them through the attractive character, and you're helping to guide them to tools and information that will help them to succeed in whatever it is they're trying to do. Okay. Now, obviously, with the list you're building right now on all the .com Secrets products, this is the list of people who are trying to make money on the internet. Okay. So your job is to guide these people to the tools that you like, the people you like, the resources you like. Okay. Now, hopefully, you can recommend my products, but I'm sure there's other people out there that have products that have benefited you as well. You can recommend those products. Say, I was listening to, Ryan Dice, or I was listening to so and so over here, and they talked about this, and it was a really good strategy and helped me a lot. You should go check it out. Okay, you're guiding them to different tools and resources, and in the process, you make money by being the guide. Okay, the next thing again is you want to provide value for your list. What are they on your list for? What are they looking for? Are they looking for product reviews? Okay, if you're not a product owner yet and you don't, and you're kind of in the situation where you don't really know what to tell people, you don't have to be the guru in every circumstance. You look at people like Larry King back when he had his show. He wasn't the guru. He brought on people and he interviewed them. Okay, you can be the same thing. You can interview people, or you can just review their products. Okay, I'm not the expert, but man, I bought this product and this is the things I liked about it, things I didn't like about it. And that review is value for somebody. Okay, if you do know something about internet marketing, or you've learned anything in the last 11 days, you can make a training video and share that with your audience. You can interview people. You can interview other members of .com Secrets X. You can interview other successful people. You can help provide help. Whatever you can do to provide value for your list, that's really the key here. You're providing value, and then through that process, you're guiding them to the tools and information that are going to help them to succeed. Does that make sense? Okay. The next is called the 3 C's: commitment, consistency, and community. I'm going to talk a lot about this, I think, in tomorrow's training. But basically, my goal of sending emails is to get people to make and keep small commitments. So try to get them to make a commitment to open my email, and they make a commitment of clicking on a link in my email, and they're making a commitment of, if I want to post something on a blog or opting into a squeeze page, whatever it is, I'm teaching them how I want them to respond. Okay, and that's the kind of emails you're sending out. You're providing content, and you're going to be building a community. And again, I'll talk about this more, I think, tomorrow. And then the last thing is I want you guys to understand the power of a story. The story is key here. You're going to be sharing different stories about your life, sharing the stories that are happening with you. The story is really what kind of drives this entire thing. I think tomorrow I'm going to be sharing a lot more about the power of the story and how you can use it to really get people to interact with you and get them to respond to the things you're talking about. The more story you can use in your message, the more powerful and more success you're going to have. Okay, so today's lesson was kind of short. Again, this is more strategic. I want you guys thinking a little bit, but I also want you to look into model. When I first started learning from Tony Robbins, one of the things he talked about is he said you can learn so much by modeling people. So instead of me going out there and writing my own book, or whatever it is, learning how to paint a picture, I can look what other people are doing and model successful people. So I want you to look at who I think are probably the 3 best email internet marketers on the internet right now. I want you to go on their list and join their list and just watch what they're doing. Okay, model what they're doing and look at the message they send out and then think, how can I do this in my business? Okay, I think my favorite right now is a guy named Dagan Smith. He's a close friend, amazing marketer, and he's so much fun to watch his email communication. The way he tells stories is second to none. And you can go to his list for free. Go to maximum-leverage.com, join his list, and then just watch the emails you get. Okay, make a little Dagan folder and keep all these emails that he's sending out. Keep them in a folder and look at the way he's telling stories. Look at the way he's interacting with you. Look at the way he's recommending products and services. And he's a perfect example of someone to model. Next person is a guy named Matt Fury. Matt's in the martial arts industry. He's also in some of the natural health in the industry, stuff like that. But he's another great guy. I've been on Matt Fury's list for 10 years now. And he sends out emails all the time, and they're very engaging, they're very storytelling. He's recommending products and services, but he does it in a way that's not, he's not really selling you. He's engaging with you, and does an amazing job. Next guy is John Olanis, and John is the guy who I first initially learned the whole attractive character stuff from. And John is in the how to pick up girls, how to pick up dates market. And anyway, you can tell your spouse that you're not trying to pick up a date, but you're doing market research to join John's list. But join his list and watch the emails he sends out to his list. Again, watch the way he's communicating, watch how he's promoting his products and services, and model how he's doing it. And last person is me. I'd definitely love to have you watching me as well. In the last few years, I've really changed my style a lot. And this is the direction we're going really hard and heavy right now and having a lot more success with it. And we want you guys, get on, if you're on my list, make sure you're on it and just watch what we're doing. Look at the communication I'm sending out and understand that A lot of times you're going to learn so much more by watching what marketers are doing than you ever will by buying their products. Okay, I'm on everyone's list, not because I want to buy products from every single marketer, because I want to watch what they're doing. Okay, think about it next time. Next time you almost get sold by a product and you're like, man, I want to buy that product. Step back and say, wait, I'm not going to buy this. I'm going to look at the email I sent out, look at the sales letter, look at the process. What did they take me through? And I promise you'll get more value out of watching that process than you ever will from buying that person's product. Okay, so just understand that's kind of the big aha. Hopefully, some of you guys are having right now. I'm a very big student of the process of watching what people are doing and modeling success. Okay, so look at Dane, look at Matt, look at John, look at me. Model successful people. I think these are the ones you can learn from the best, because these are the ones who are doing the communication with their list correctly. Okay, so that's it for today. Tomorrow we're going to be focusing, I believe, on the 3 C's, on storytelling and a bunch of other really powerful things. So get ready for that, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.